Good evening, everyone. Are you able to listen me? Okay, Aditya say yes. Anyone else? Oh, so how many of you attended the quiz? So who has done the quiz? Okay, Padmini Vidya, yes. So what is your score, Padmini Vidya? What is your score in the quiz? 80. Great. Anyone else? So what was the score in the quiz? 70. 70. Pawan, you also got 70. So only very few persons attended, huh? Out of 70. Only 3 and 4% say yes. The rest have done nothing. Okay, not an issue. Okay, Kartiki Patil, 80%. Okay. So who else attended the quiz? Sixty. Okay. Yes. So out of 70 candidates, only I'm getting 6 responses for yes and with the score. So no one else is done. Okay. So any questions till now? What you have done till yesterday's session? You have any questions? I'm feeling nowadays persons coming late day by day. Actually, I told everyone to be here by 5:40. I see on about to 6 o'clock. I can see only 30% candidates are here. Only 30%. So no one having any question? Ibrahim 60. Okay. And who has completed homework? Yesterday's madam has provided homework. Who has completed that? No one completed homework. So guys, around complete 6 o'clock, and I can see only 50% staff is there from the paid membership group. I think we can't wait more, and we have to start the session in that case. I'm not feeling no one is having any questions. Okay, not an issue, Dimple. Take your time. Let them, meanwhile, still I am feeling that lot of candidates are missing in the session. Because you're not having any question, right? Devi Prasad is saying I have done for few files, but I didn't get the data set for various I so either types of file like XM, XLS, HTML, XML, and others. So Devi, I think if you're going to do it Google data, you don't find lot things in for HTML. Say if you need looking for data for HTML, so you can search for the Google Scraper data set. You can find the Google Scraper data set. You will find for the HTML and XML inside that thing. XLS you can find lot of that's one module Excel sheets for all type of data. Let me do it Google if you're saying XLS. I'm finding a lot of things you are saying not, but I done just one search. I am getting 54 lakhs record on this one. JSON, CSV, PDF, a lot things are there man for in market. That that I don't know you find out and search that or not.
So you can see here we have found the data in the Excel files, CSV files, and at bottom you can find the PDFs also. So there are the different things are there here to search only. So if your search is not good, that might be an issue. But for now, I think there is no complete definition. You need to find that kind of data. You have to find any kind of data set, right? So there are lot things are there in Google. You can go and find out the things. For JSON data, the most of them nowadays API most of days providing data set in the JSON only. So if you are not able to find, let me show you the thing for JSON also. Now you can see this is the JSON again. Okay, Dimple. So there you can see the data.world. On that website you can find lot of other different kind of data. So I don't know about others, but there you ask. So just I'm highlighting the thing. So you with Kaggle and all, they are having some public repository of some kind of data UCI and all. Apart from there are a lot of other sources where we can get the data for our day-to-day purpose or analysis purpose, learning purpose, right? Yes, and you can create your own. So okay, I'm handing over to Dimple. So Dimple is going to start the session for the day. Okay, Dimple. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. You can start. I am muting myself. You can start.
So, hello everyone. Okay. So let me share my screen. Okay. So yesterday we shows reading data from CSV, right? Okay. So let's start. Okay. So I'm audible. Okay. So let's start. Okay. So yesterday we show we are creating some CSV file and reading that file, right? So now next is also we are reading this new underscore purchase dot csv file, and I'm making the index column. Okay, so the index underscore call is equal to 0. It means I am making the zeroth index as a zeroth column as an index, right? Okay, sorry. Let me import this file library. Let me Okay, so see, my zeroth column is maybe like this one, new underscore this one. Yes. So let me read this. Okay, so now see, this is my zeroth column, right? Starting from zeroth, and I am making this column as an index. Okay, you can also pass any column name also. So let me start refresh with the new data sets. Okay, I am reading automobiles.csv files. Okay, and this files in the my current directory. So I am directly reading this file. So this is my file. Okay, all are visible. My font is okay. Yeah, okay. I'm zooming. Okay, now okay. Okay, okay. So see, I am reading automobiles.csv file, right? So you can see here I'm having many columns name here, right? So now next what I'm doing, I'm making this column name as a sorry, yes, this column name as a index, right? So what I'm doing when I'm running this automobiles.csv file, that time I'm passing index dot underscore column is equal to name, right? So I'm making index column as a name, right? And let me print that. So here you can see my index is the name, right? Name column. So this is the way you can create any column as an index, right? Okay. So now let's see next how to view your data. So now in the pandas we are having head function. So what does the head function do? As the name head, it means what? Top elements, right? Okay, let me run. Say I'm just passing my data frame name dot head function. Right? By default, it will show me 5 elements from 0 to 4. Right? If I want to display 10 or 15 rows, right? So what I'm doing, I'm passing only just 20, and then it will show me 0 to 19 value. Right? It means 20 value. So this is based on you. If you want to display only 10 values and just pass the 10. By default it will show only 5. Okay, so same as I'm having tail function also, so it's also showing me the values from, okay, tail function. Can you tell me what's the display? Last value, right? Read the data from the last, from the top bottom of the data. Yeah, so it's again it will show me only 5. By default it will show me 5 elements, right? Here you can also put any numbers like 10, 20 or 100, whatever, right? So simply I'm passing 15 element, it will show me only 15 values, right? As it is easy, right? Head and tail function for viewing the data and all. So now next function is the info function. So what info function is do? Sorry, Diksha. What is m underscore df? M underscore df is my data frame name. Let me show you. See, I'm reading my file automobiles and then I'm saving this file into m underscore df variables, right? So this is my data frame name. Yeah, information of the data. It's simple, right? So let me run info function, right? So it will give me the all columns, the count of the each and every columns, then it's type, float, integer, right? Object. So what does it mean by object? Here I'm having here an origin column. It's the data type is the object. So what does it mean by object? No I'm sorry, Shivrang Jani. It is not showing me like mean, average, rows and all. It's just showing me the details of each and every columns, how many values are in the each and every columns, what's the type of the columns and all. The date object. Okay, but what's the actual meaning of object? See, as we know, int it means we are having some integer value, right? Float it means we are having some floating values. So what does it mean by object? Okay, we can assume that why are here we are having some date value, right? So what is in the origin value? Instance of a class. Mhm. Let me show you the values. So this is my via year column, right? And this is the origin column. So here you can see all are giving me something. This is the floating, integer value, right? This is again integer, floating, and this is the object type and this is the origin type. So now any one can tell me no. See, object it means here it is the string column. Yeah, right? It is a string column. Yeah, right. So the info function telling me each and every information about the data sets, right? So finally it will tells me that we are having three columns as a float, three columns again as an integer and two columns as an object, right? And also telling us the memory usage, right? So each and every information here. Now next function is this shape, right? Shape is the keyword. So now what is this shape will do? What's the shape will do? Right, when I'm run this one it will give me the rows and column, right? So I'm having 392 rows and 8 columns, right? Now next is the columns. Now columns, what columns do? All columnar, right? It will display only name of the data set, right? Okay, now next function is the describe. So what's describe function do? Hello. I think all are sleeping. Same like info. Then why you're not giving me the response? Okay, guys, just give me 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah, sorry. So tells the number of rows and columns of the data set. So the shape function will do the number of rows and columns, right? So I'm telling about the describe. So let me run describe. Oh, it will give me the some mathematical function, right? Like count, mean, standard deviation, mean, 25% quartile, 50%, 75% quartile, maximum, right? So by default, it will give me some mathematical functions, right? So here you can see it will find the total number, total count in the MPG columns, right? Each and every columns, find the mean of each and every columns, right? Standard deviation, minimum value here, 25% quartile, right? So this is the describe. Okay. So I think most of the people are known about the 5 number summary. Yes or no? You all are aware of the 5 number summary? No. Okay. Pawan, tell me. Most of people are saying no. Yeah, it is in the my course, in my statistical course, having one video like 5 number summary. What does it mean, guys? You ask me silly question. What is mean, median, mode? Yeah. See, this is not right time to telling you each and every point like what is mean, median, standard deviation, and all. That's why I'm giving you my course, right? Yeah, right. The collection of minimum 25% quartile, 50 and 75, and maximum it will be become as a 5 number summary, right? So based on 5 number summary, we are plotting candlelight graph. So you'll know how looks like candlelight graph. You can also say like box plot. Yes, it's very hard to me to explain you each and everything, right? Okay, let me show you. So see how box plot is look like. It's just look like this, right? Maybe the graph is x-axis and y-axis like this. Okay, it will show me like that. This is the minimum value, right? You can also say that, and this corner is the 25% quartile. Okay, this is the 50% quartile. Also, you can say this is the median value, right? This is the 75, and this is the maximum value, right? So it is become as a box plot, or you can say candlelight graph. This is based on 5 number summary. Okay. Uh, so see, this all our function is the basic function about representing your data. What's the column inside? How? What's the shape of your data sets? Describe function is there, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's understand the duplicates value, right? Handling the duplicates value. So what I'm doing here right now. Okay, I'm just appending my data set, same data set into the one data set, right? Just simply am underscore df dot append my this one data set. So that's why I'm having duplicates value in my data sets, right? And let's check the data of this temp underscore df data frame, right? Okay, so let me let me remove the duplicate values. Okay, so for removing the duplicates value, we are having drop underscore duplicates function. So simply just pass the data frame name dot drop underscore duplicate function, right? So it will automatically duplicate, remove the all duplicates value from the data sets, right? So see, what I'm doing right now, I'm already having m underscore df data frame, right? So simply I'm appending this data frame into this again and again, right? So therefore I'm creating one new data frame having the duplicates value. Okay. So for removing the duplicates value, I'm having drop underscore duplicates value function, right? So just pass your data frame name dot drop underscore duplicates function, right? So it will automatically remove your all duplicates value from the data sets. Okay. So see, okay. Can anyone tell me what in place is equal to true? What does it mean by in place? Can anyone tell me? At the position. Change the data frame. It is affected permanently change, right? Actually, we are placing at the place, right? Whatever we are doing, whenever I'm passing in place is equal to it will permanently change your data frame into original places, right? Yeah. Okay. So now next is the cleaning the data, cleaning the column and all. So therefore, what we are doing, see, I'm having my project in the NLP. So in that, I want to just clean my all the columns, right? And all of the columns are, or you can say like having my reviews columns. So I want to clean my columns, right? So therefore I am doing something column into the uppercase, lowercase, removing the stop words and all, right? So see, this all are doing in the cleaning column, cleaning the columns, right? By default it is it is false, right? So that's why we are making inverse is equal to true. Okay. So just I'm placing this and I just want to make my column name into the uppercase, right? So here you can do like this. So this is two basic things. right? But when you working with the real data sets, right? So that time this all our function are too important for us. Okay. Okay, so as we discussed yesterday for the some missing values and all, right? So how to work with the missing values? So see, there are two options in the dealing with the nulls value. So first one is to get rid of rows and columns with the nulls, right? This is the one where simply you just replace with the null value, right? And second one is they replace the null with the not null values, right? Tactic is known as the imputations. So right, we are having too many missing values in the each and every different type of columns. For example, in the integer columns or in the character or something like string columns or whatever, right? So for that we have to fill in that columns. Okay, so as we discussed, we are having too many columns, and in too many columns, some of the columns are too important for us. Okay, and we have to fill up them. So for integer value, normally we are doing something like mean, mirror, and mode like functions, right? And for character, we mostly using like mode functions, right? For string, that one column, right? Okay, so let me run. My new data set is movie data.csv, and I'm making title column as an index. Okay, so let me display. So this is my column. No, sorry, this is my data. Okay. Here you can see I'm having many columns. Okay, so simply let me check how many nulls value are in the data sets. Okay, so for that we are having is null function. Okay, for checking the null values we are having is null function. So simply I'm passing my data frame name dot is null function, right? So it will give me the answer in the logical conditions like true and false, right? False, it means it's not having null values. When you get something like true, it means it's having the null value, right? So this is too difficult to identify that this is the null and this is not null, right? So for that what we are doing, we are just passing data frame name dot is null function and just simply pass sum. So it will give me the answer each and every column sum of the null values. Let me run. Right here you can see rank having the zero null values, right? So only two columns having the missing values. That's the revenue, and second one is the metascore, right? So this is the way you can find which column having the null and not. Okay, so let's fill up that values. So first one is that you can just simply drop that values, right? And if that column is important for you, then simply just pass some mathematical function on that with the use of fill and a function. Okay, so first of all we are having drop and a function. This will do automatically delete your null values in the data sets, right? In the whole data set. So what I'm doing, I'm passing my data frame name dot drop. Okay, so it will delete my revenue and metascore column. So here you can see I'm not having revenue and metascore column here. Yes or no? See, we are just dropping that values, nothing else. I'm not putting any values instead of the drop column, drop values, right? So the drop and a function, what is do? It's having, see, I'm having revenue and metascore column is the missing values, right? So the drop and a function will automatically delete that column. Okay. So now then another just dropping rows, you can also drop column with null values by setting the axis is equal to 1, right? So axis is equal to 1, it means yeah, because revenue column have the missing values now. See, this all are the ways how you dealing with the missing values, right? So I'm just showing you that you can also doing like this also. Okay, I'm not telling you that if you're finding the missing values in this column, just drop it. I'm just telling you the way of dealing with the missing values. Yeah, if the column is important, then we have to fill up that value, right? So let me show you. Yeah, okay, let me show you how you fill up that values. Yeah, okay. So see, I'm having the null values. Let me show you. Okay. So see, we are having two columns with the null values, right? That one column is the revenue and this one, right? So let's fill that column in that column. Okay. So see here, I'm fetching only one columns, right? Movies, in the movies data frame, I'm fetching only one column revenue and storing the revenue variable. Okay, and just display that revenue. So I'm having the this type of values. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm just finding the mean of this column. Okay, only finding the mean of this column. So just pass the revenue dot mean function, and I'm store that value in the revenue not mean underscore new variables, right? So let me see. So we are finding 82 mean values, right? So what we are doing, we are putting this 82 mean values in the revenue columns when we are having the missing values, right? So see, for filling the values, we are having fill na function. So right. So what we are doing, revenue dot fill na. What do you want to fill? You want to fill this mean value that you find here, right? So that value and then in place is equal to true. So in place is equal to true is exactly put that value in the blank cells, right? Exactly you are having the missing values, not filling that value in the each every column, right? It just plays that value having the missing values in the revenue columns. Yes or no? Right? So here you can do like this, and if you want something like 0 and then just pass 0 here, right? If you want to fill up with this 0, then just pass 0, nothing else, right? So I'm fill up my value with the mean, right? And again let me check the null values. So here you can see I'm having only metascore missing values, right? Because revenue column is the fill up now, right? Yes or no? Right. So let me describe again thing. So I'm doing same thing for the metascore column. Okay. Right now I'm not doing this that one thing, but I'm doing same thing. I'm finding the mean of that metascore column and filling that mean values. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so now you can also finding the describe for the for the single column also. So see what I'm doing. I'm passing my data frame name and one column name is the journ dot describe. So it will describe for only one column. That's the journ, right? So it's count the this value, right? Unique value is this, right? I'm having this frequency and all. If you find the total values inside the each columns, then see I'm having the values underscore count function. So it will count the subcategory of this column. See now the value underscore count function is the function that finding me the total subcategories in the journ columns. See I'm having, see you can see I'm having like this one type of categories, right? So it will count each and every categories. Like I'm having action, then adventure, something like having 50 values, right? Drama values having the 48, comedy is having 35. So it will count the each and every subcategories. Okay. So see, when you want to find the total values of in the subcategories column, right? So that time we are using the value underscore count function. Okay. If I'm having something gender column and subcategory is the male and female, right? So I want to find the how many females are there and how many males are there. So that time what I'm doing, I'm just passing my data frame name, gender column and dot values underscore count function. So it will show me the total number of men and total number of female. Okay, understandable? Right? Yeah. Okay, now so next is the find the relationship between the variables, or you can say columns, right? So for we are having core function. Yeah, I just showing some because I'm having so too many values, right? So I'm just displaying 10 values only. Okay, so see when you want to find the relationship between the columns, so we are having core function, right? So I'm just passing data frame name dot core function, right? So let me run. So see here the output. Here you can see rank here. So see the core. This core function is execute only in only between the integers columns only, right? Not consider the string columns. It will show the correlation between the integers columns only. Integer floating type also. Okay, so see here you can see the rank versus rank having the one, it means having the full strong relationship between the rank versus rank, right? Then year versus rank having the negative. So this is too quite hard to identify that which column having the strong relationship, right? So therefore what we are doing, we are just plotting this correlation, right, as the heat map graph. Yes or no? Sorry, Diksha, what do you want to try to telling me? Yes, in string values we can't find the correlation, But if you find the correlation between the string values, then you have to convert that string columns into the integer columns. Okay. Yeah, that's my question. Can you identify that which column is strong or not? Which column is strong or which column is not strong? Having two less correlation. Can you identify? Yeah, the correlation is giving me the answer between the -0 to +1, right? So here you can simply showing that to 1 it means the having positive correlation, having the strong correlation, and then -1 value it means that having the negative correlation, right? Primary keys and secondary keys. No, right? So see, this is too hard to identify. So therefore, we are plotting this correlation in the heat map. Okay, so let me plot the value of correlation. Okay, so let's see. So see here, I'm plotting my value. So for plotting, I am importing matplot.pyplot as a PLT, right? I'm plotting matplot library and then also Seaborn library, right? So what we are doing, I'm just passing subplots. This is my figure size 20 by 10, right? PLT.subplots and then figure size is the 20 by 10, right? And I'm storing in the x-axis. And then now SNS Seaborn object is the SNS, right? Dot heat map. This is a graph, right? And then what I'm passing movies df dot core function, right? This is simply here. So I'm passing this function here, and then note is equal to true, then line width is equal to 0.4, fmt is equal to 0.1 f, right? And x is equal to axis. And this simply plt dot show. Then it will show me the output. So let me run. So this is the output. So now you are identifying or not, which column is strong or not. Yeah. Okay. Let me. Okay. Just show this out. Just look at this graph. Right. Rank. Then this column is the which one column? Year column. Right. This is the map of this column. Is a map. Right. Okay. So anode. What is anode is equal to true? It means that we are showing the number. Right. You can show here 1.0 minus 0.2. Right. This is the correlation value. So if I'm removing this value, so it does not show me the number of that value. Right here you can see. Right? Second is the line width. So what does it mean line width in the graph? Yeah. Okay. See, I just want to display my graph, right? So for that, I just pass that graph into some specific frame, right? So for that, I'm creating some subplot, right? So PLT dot having the subplot, and the subplot size figure size is the 20 by 10, right? 20 rows and 10 columns like that. Okay, and then I'm storing into the fx. Okay, and then what I'm doing next is I'm showing the graph of the heat map, right? So just sns dot heat map graph, and then passing this correlation function, right? So now same anode function true, it simply showing me the number of values having the correlation values for each and every columns. Yes, box size. Yes. See, obviously, each and every person having the correlation, strong correlation with own self. Yes or no? Right? So that's why it will show full of one correlation with the rank versus rank. Here you can also see here versus here having the full correlation, right? Runtime versus runtime. So obviously it's on self having the full of correlation, right? So that's why I'm then line width. What's the line width give me? It will give me the line width between each and every cells, right? I'm just removing this values and then run this. So here you can see without the lines between here, right? For separating this cells, I'm just putting line width is equal to 0.4, right? You can see here white lines between each and every cells, right? F50 it's just giving me the 0.1 values. So let me show you. So here you can see minus 0.21, right? 0 minus 0.41. So I just want 0.1 values for that. I'm just passing here fmt format is equal to 0.1 f, right? So it will show me just minus 0.4. It is easy to identify that, right? It is easy to understanding also, right? And then just last show me the plt dot show. So it will show the heat map graph. So see here you can see minus my map is the start from the minus 0.4. Yes or no, right? And from upside you can see my positive value is the 1. So right, this is the orange, and then my negative value having the black color, right? So based on the color, you can identify that this is the strong correlation columns and this is not, right? So here see some of having the orange color, it means that having the correlation, right? And some of having the black color or something purple like that having the negative correlation. See, you can see something like votes versus rating. Votes, sorry, votes versus rating, right? Here you can also see 0.5. It's having the correlation between the votes versus rating, right? Also, you can see here Metascore versus rating, right? Simply rating versus the Metascore. Yes or no? So I'm having small data sets, right? But what if I'm having something 80 plus or 900 plus columns? So in that again I'm having too hectic job to find the each and every strong columns based on the color, right? Again I'm having some hectic job, right? fmt. Oof. Okay, see, simply just show my graph. It will show me minus 0.2, minus 0.4, something like that, right? Just I'm simply removing this and give me and tell me what is the difference before and after. Okay, I'm just removing this value and I'm running this. Now, can you tell me what's the difference? Diksha, can you tell me what's the difference? It's just the format that how. how you want to show the values of that. Hmm. Right, I'm just passing here 0.1. It means just give me the 0.1 value, right? So now you are, yes guys, so you are eligible to do like this and find easy way to do what the column is having strong correlation or not. So see if I'm okay. So I will send you one data set having the 100 plus columns, right? And in that columns, you have to find the top 10 highest correlation columns. So can anyone tell me how to do like this? Okay, my question is find the top 10 correlation columns. So can anyone give me the idea? Okay, all people, are you getting or not what I'm saying? Or having confusing or what? If you're having any query, then just please tell me. First to identify which are columns are having black color. Okay. But what if you are having 100 plus column? In that you are doing one by one. Those are eliminated. Okay. So I think for doing this, mostly I can get something like 1 or 2 hours for finding the this values. It will take might be too long time. So this is your homework for the next session. Sum the value of correlation in each column. Sum the value of correlation. Short the values maybe. Okay. Just to identify 0.821. Yeah, okay, but for that I need to find each and every columns. I need to see each and every columns. What columns having 0.8, what columns having 1 point, right? Shorting it. Okay. Can you give me just a brief idea how to sort here in the heat map graph? Okay, no problem. So I will send you one data frame, one data sets, right? So on that data frame, you have to perform all these functions from starting here to end. What's the function is that? Here to something like describe here, like slicing and all. So you have to perform all these functions and all, and lastly find the correlation between that between each columns, right? And then the most important thing is which column is independent and which column is dependent column. Okay, Prashad, tell me df function dot max dot head. Let me try. What you do here? Let me insert above. Okay, my data frame name is the this one, right? Dot max function dot head, and that I'm passing 10 values. So is that okay, Prashad? Can I run? Df dot short index level is equal to 0. Okay, so first of all, let me run. Whoa. Can you explain me? Can you explain me this output, Prashad? I just want top 10 column names, right? Okay, sorry, but I right now I'm not having 10 columns. I'm having only 8 columns, right? So in that I'm having I just want to find 5 top 10 columns. So if I'm passing 5, okay, let me Ganguly df dot short labels. Let me try this one. Okay, and my data frame is like this. Okay, let me run. It will give me the error. See, data frame object does not having short underscore label. It will give me the error. Okay, so this is your homework, right? You have to find whatever I'm giving the data sets, finding the top 10 columns, top 10 correlation columns, and in that correlation you have to find the correlation between the target versus your independent columns, right? Your target versus your independent columns. Sorry, Manoj, let me try. Sorry. Shit. Okay, let me store in some as variable and print that value. Yes. It will not show me anything. It's not showing me anything. Yeah, my homework is that I will upload one data set in the LMS, right? So you have to perform all the function whatever I covered today, right? You have to perform all the functions, and in that, lastly, you have to find the heat map correlation between the columns, right? And second one is that you have to find which column is the independent column and which columns is the dependent columns, and finally you have to explain me the correlation between the your target versus your independent columns. Okay, for example, my target column is the salary, then you have to explain me between the, for example, the experience column and the salary columns having the strongly correlationship. Okay, so everyone get it what I'm telling you? Okay, so I will upload my file, this notebook also in LMS. Okay, so don't worry about this. Yeah, so anyone having any query, let me know. Yeah, just try, and if you get any error, then just ping me in the group. Okay. Okay, so thank you all.
Okay. So let me know guys any questions. Otherwise we can. Okay. So I think we can close the session if you are not having any questions. So any other persons if having any question, let me know. And guys, please attend the quiz. I think it's very simple, very basic quiz about the Python which we already posted in LMS. Diksha, which homework link? So Uttara, you not got the access for the that stats course? I'm talking about that one. Let me just share the link. 1 minute. Let me open the stats course. Okay, this is the one. So see, this is the one which is already all the paid members got that things. All the data science paid members got that course. I think you missed the mail or something. So ping me on WhatsApp separately. If you not access that course, let me know. And Diksha, actually, which link you are talking, I'm not getting. Please tell me. So what link you need? I think Dimple is preparing the file for you. So once it's ready, we'll upload on LMS as soon as possible. Anyone else? Okay, Diksha is typing. To our case is some. Yeah, Dwarkesh, I think you're on busy with job, right? Not necessarily. At least I think you can just watch the sessions recordings. So I will upload that soon. Anyone else? Let me know if there are doubts, concerns. Yeah, Diksha, everything will be in LMS, everything. So notes and then assignments. But Diksha, I think there is some issue with you, as that actually you are the student of the batch first, and you are attending the batch. Sorry, you are a student of batch second, and you are attending the batch for batch first. So actually, your LMS is for assigned you to is a for batch two, okay? And right now you are attending the session of the batch one. So batch two and batch one is having completely different things. So in that batch two, still we have not started these stuffs. So that's why you are not able to find anything in your LMS. Okay. So that's the only issue. So once that these topic will jump into the batch two, so you will get all these things there also. Yes. Pandas. And Pawan, I think you got some issue. Huh? So just I got the this one from support. I think you shared some link of just actually, yeah, that one carrier launcher one. So Pawan, I think you shared the link of the carrier launcher, and our the AI algorithm is like that only. That's automatically anyone who's sharing the links from other sources, it will block that for a few minutes. For first attempt, it's going to block for 5 to 10 minutes, something like that, and for more, it will permanently block. So I think please don't share any links. So we have only allowed the links from the YouTube. So you can YouTube links easily, not an issue. So in this live webinar, we have some AI algorithms already implemented in that thing. Okay, I mean, I'm not aware. Okay, this is a source of. Okay, even I not opened that thing. I just I talked with support and all this. So they only told me because you have already because I have enabled something like this. If someone is sharing some different this one the URLs apart from the YouTube and Google links, so that's the how it's going to work. Not an issue when is actually that's nothing personal with anyone, but this AI algorithms. So AI algorithms, so they will find some matching keywords and they'll block automatically, right? Because they see actually it's not like that because we are conducting a lot of free webinars, okay, on different platforms like on this platform for different things. So we already mentioned that thing, so it will spoil the stop spoiling the things, our image and all these things because a lot of persons are spoiled just coming to webinar to spread their links only. Okay, so that's why we enable this thing, nothing like that. So if you are sharing some knowledge and all these things, that's always welcome. And I know you well, so I'm just having trust on that things. So, but we have enabled that things because the problem is that a lot of persons doing these kind of stuff, just sharing their links and all that spam kind of stuff is happening. So that's why we have to took that step. anyone having any doubts, questions, they can ask me. Okay, not an issue. Diksha, second batch is already started, but these topics we are teaching right now in the batch 1 is not started in batch 2. So you are going to get all these things when we are going to teach in batch 2 also. So I think you got the link, so you can enjoy the training in both the things, but the assignments and all these stuff you got get only when your these things are coming to batch 2. Okay. Okay, Dwarkesh. No, Uttaraja, just you have to send me the means your request. I will share the coupon code to you. You can join with that thing. So you no need to sign up again. That's the only thing. You need to take this coupon code and it would make it a price 0 and you can join that things. Don't worry. So just ping me on WhatsApp. I will share the link. So you no need to sign up again because you are already having all the accounts in this one. Yeah, you ping me on my WhatsApp. So I will share the link there. Okay, Pawan, not an issue. So if anyone want to ask, they can stay. Otherwise, I think most of all left. So we are closing the session. If you have anyone, any questions, please let me know. So otherwise, I am winding the session for the day. Okay, Diksha. Okay. I think no one other is want to ask anything. Okay. Okay, guys. Then good night and enjoy your weekend. See you next week again.